country are you from?
I'm from Hungary.
Thank you. Now, part one, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself and your ideas. First topic, the environment. What effects of pollution have you personally witnessed?
Well, since I'm living in the city town, I've experienced air pollution a lot. A lot of smoke and dirt is in the air. And I'm really happy that the government started to plant trees by the streets. So they're trying to make the environment more green, and it's helping the city to be more clean. Also, yeah.
Thank you. Art. What do you imagine would be the main difference between acting in a film and live on stage?
Well, in my opinion, the biggest difference would be that on stage, if you make a mistake, it will be a mistake and you have to improvise fastly to be able to make it look like it's the part of the show. Though when it's in a movie, they can cut it out and they can record it once more. So it's much easier.
Thank you. Society. How seriously do you imagine you'd take your parental responsibilities if you had children?
Oh, I would take it very serious because I think parents make a huge part in the children's life, and a lot of things are depending on them and how they train their children. So this responsibility is enormous, and I think that only those parents should have children who have thought it over before becoming parents.
Thank you. Places and location. How do you feel about the increasing number of motorways?
Well, personally, I really like the nature. So I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling a bit okay. I like it more when there's a dirty country road than if it's a highway. Though I can understand that people are making motorways in order to make transportation easier, since it's beneficial for everyone.
Thank you. Now, part two, we are going to role play some situations. I want you to start or respond. First situation, we are friends, I start. Work is really starting to get me down. I don't know what to do.
Oh, maybe you should take some rest. If you want, we can go to see a movie. I just heard that there's a new movie in the theater, and I think it would be refreshing to just make something together.
Well, that's a great idea, honestly, but I think the problem is more serious. I have lost my motivation completely.
Well, I guess that you might try to find a new job, or maybe you should just thought it over that why you started this job. And I remember that back in the days you were so into this job, and I think maybe if you would think about the reasons why you choose to be working this, then you might be motivated like you were before.
Thank you. I will try. Thank you. Second situation, we are friends. I have just cooked you some food that you can't eat. You start.
Listen, I'm really grateful for you, for this deliciously looking food, though I really can't eat mushrooms. They're just
Why?
grossing me out. I'm so sorry,
Oh,
but
I should have asked whether you have any problems or any allergy to anything. I'm so sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
oh, don't feel down. And I'm sure it's mouth-watering and it's really tasty, though.
Let's eat out.
Okay, it's a good idea.
Next situation. We are classmates. I start. You haven't seen my mobile phone anywhere, have you?
Well, if I'm remembering well, it was next to your bag on the table.
Yes, it was actually, but it is not there. And I don't
Oh,
know where it is.
Um, maybe Clara knows where it is, since I've seen her passing by, and maybe she just checked the time or something.
Might have taken it and using it. Okay, I'll see.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but maybe we could ask her if she knows where it is.
Thank you. I will. Now, part 3. In part 3, we are going to discuss something together. We are doing a college project entitled, What are the strongest influences on a person's character? Let's discuss these different factors and decide which ones we most agree and which we least agree with. Take 20 seconds, think about what you want to say. Please start.
So it's an intriguing question, that what could have the biggest influence on us. And in my opinion, genes are playing a really important part in it, since it can determine how do we look, or some basic lifestyles. And since we are getting it from our parents, it might be something encoded in it, like someone likes sports and someone doesn't. Do you agree with this?
I think you're right. I think you're right. Our character can be influenced strongly by our genes. What do you think of yourself? I mean, can myself influence my character?
Well, it's a hard question to be sure. I think that other people are giving more influence on ourselves, and I think that except if a person have a really strong personality, they can be influenced easily by others, such as celebrities. I think celebrities have more influence on us than we do ourselves, since we're seeing their fabulous life. We are seeing that their life is a piece of cake and they have no problems, and we start to judge ourselves, comparing us to them. And I think that's one of the greatest influence in our lives.
I suppose so.
What do you think about friends? Since friends are important in every person's life.
I would say crucial, because we if we are close to our friends, we tend to copy.
I agree.
Even their
Definitely.
personalities.
Yeah.
So I suppose it is a strong influence. What about education?
Yeah, I think that especially in early education, when such as in kindergarten, it's really tempting to for young children to just copy what they see from their nurses or from the other children around. So I think education is crucial, especially in university, since if someone has an ideology and the teacher is teaching it, then they might think that that's the real. So different ideologies are comparing each other's strengths in university, and I don't know, what do you think? Universities are one of the biggest.
I think they are influential. Thank you. Let's go on to part 4. Part
Okay.
4, you're going to talk on your own for about 2 minutes. And your topic is global communication is destroying local cultures. So now you have 30 seconds to write some notes to help you. So your topic is global communication is destroying local cultures. Bozsitániko, please start.
So I'm definitely agreeing with this statement, and I do think that globalism, so this whole phenomenon, is starting to wipe out cultures, local cultures, and I do think that this is a terrible thing which happens all over the world. And I think, and in my opinion, steps should be made in order to decrease these this phenomenon, so we can save our local cultures, because these are playing a huge part in our lives, especially to especially when we try to find ourselves. And as for adolescent people, it's crucial to have a firm point where they can start and they can just kind of find themselves, and they can say that, yes, I belong here and this is my community. And globalism is having a great impact on it, and I think many people's lives are destroyed by this, and I think it should be stopped, or just we should try to slow it down.
Thank you. Let me ask you some follow-up questions. What can be done to protect local cultures?
It could be a good idea to hold like town festivals where we celebrate our own our own cultural events, and this is different in every country, or even between a country.
Thank you. Another question. Would it be better if we all spoke the same language? Why?
Well, it's a hard question, because I would say no, because the amazement and the excitement of learning a new language, of getting to know a kind of secret key to another person would be gone. On the other hand, we could communicate easily with the others, and it would be a piece of cake to just go to any other person and say what you need or what you want to do. But personally, I like to play activity with foreign people who I don't speak a language with. So in my opinion, it's better if we are all talking different languages.
Thank you, Basit Enikő. That is the end of your exam.
Vizsgázó 3 pontokat kaphat a teljesítményére, időnként 2 pontot az első és a harmadik feladatnál, 2 pontot a nyelvtanjára, mert ott azért előfordultak még hibák. Az első feladatban azt láttuk, hogy néha ugyan kissé habozott, de azért ügyesen megoldotta a feladatot, és a válaszai struktúráltak voltak. Jó nyelvtant és jó szókincset hallottunk tőle, ha bár voltak nyelvtani hibák, ezért lehet, hogy inkább 2 pont lenne itt a nyelvtan, de nagyon jó kifejezéseket hallottunk tőle, és ügyes, releváns válaszokat adott. A második feladatában nagyon szépen megoldotta a szituációkat, mindig eltalálta a megfelelő hangnemet, udvariasan fogalmazott. Itt már jó volt a nyelvtan, olyasmit hallottunk tőle, hogy might, vagy I have seen her passing by. Itt választékos és változatos is volt. A harmadik feladatban ügyesen részt vett a sorrend kialakításában, és valóban egy szép beszélgetés alakult ki a vizsgáztató